Just like you walk you should
Oh no!
All right, everybody, it's time. It is Wednesday night in Santa Fe. That means it's Wayward Wednesday here at Wayward Brewery Company. Let's see, some housekeeping stuff. We've got a show coming up on March 12th at Tumbleweed Brewery. A lot of great comics going up that night. We do have a lot of comics on the list tonight, so we are going to be enforcing the 5-minute rule. 4 minutes in, you'll probably see a light. That means you got 1 minute left. Don't make us get aggressive about it, okay? We will kick your ass off the stage. Let's see.
Super friendly too. Yeah, real nice.
Super friendly. In a really nice, calm, aggressive way. Yeah, I like drugs. Everybody here like drugs? Yeah, drugs are cool, man. Drugs are so good they'll ruin your whole fucking life if you're not careful. I really like psychedelic drugs. Mushrooms, LSD, MDMA, those are probably my favorites. I've taken a lot of acid. In fact, if you've never tried LSD, it's probably because I took it all. I used to see a lot of UFOs on LSD, and I totally thought they were real, you know. And it figures that the less LSD I take, the less UFOs I see. The one thing that psychedelic drugs did do for me is that they made me a little bit psychic. Yeah, they did, and so I never do this, but I'm actually going to go around the crowd and actually expose something about some of the people in here. Yeah, like this guy right over here. Yeah, you, sir. It seems you really know how to erase the hard drive. That's very Oh, this guy over here wearing a hat. Yeah. You should really clear your browser history, bro. That's gross. You. Stop telling people that Euphoria is a good show. Euphoria is not a good television show, okay? Wait, I gotta check my psychic handbook room really quick. Oh, yeah, some vibrations from over here. You, sir, you have a drug problem. Yeah, the problem is that you don't share enough of your fucking drugs. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Oh, this is a good one. You, sir. Yes, you. $400 is not enough money to spend on a real doll. Okay? You gotta spend more than that. A lot more than $400 to get a good one. Alright, that's it for me, folks. I'm gonna get people going. We're gonna go to stage first. We got a gentleman who's coming around, he's been making us listen. He's been saying some crazy shit. He has a weird name. Red Flag, come on, get up here. Red Flag, everybody. Give it up for Red Flag.
Thank you. I like drugs. Drugs are fun. I like psychedelics, but I only do psychedelics with people I don't know. Because every time I do psychedelics with friends and family, they start this, oh, I love you, our friendship means as much. I'm just trying to trip balls of these people who think I care about them. Horrible. I started going to the gym. I know I'm looking, I'm trying to go to the gym. Do you guys go to the gym?
Yeah.
Define Fitness, maybe Define Fitness people, doesn't matter, whatever gym you go to, you know when you walk into the gym and when you open the door, that fucking, you get hit with all the ass sweat and everyone's collected. That shit, like you get used to it after like 5 seconds, but that fucking first moment you go in there, it fucking hits like a ton of bricks. Just everyone's ass sweat that's collecting in their fucking shorts, just boom! I'm divorced, you guys know that? I'm pretty sure I talk about it. I'm divorced. You know, this is the only medium where it's okay to talk about it, you don't sound weird. Yeah, I have a policy, I only date people that have been divorced. I can't, if you haven't been divorced, I can't go out with you. You know, I see how the sausage is made, I can't go through this shit. I know where it's heading, as good as it gets, I know where this shit's fucking heading, it ain't fucking good. Oh man, I would like to think all the essential workers. We should really give them a and I'm not talking about doctors or surgeons or people in the army. No, fuck them. They got enough credit. No, I'm talking about retail workers, the drug smugglers. Without them, we couldn't gone through this shit, could we? Truly, we don't think the drug smugglers are nothing in this country, and I think that's a shame. It's true. Oh man, what the fuck was I gonna say next? Fuck. Why do I do that? Oh yeah, I got kicked out of Hooters. That was fun. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, how'd you get kicked out of fucking Hooters? Did you touch the girls? Did you do? No. I literally had a drink. I looked around and said, I'm so happy none of you grew up with dads. That's it. Oh, okay. Well, let me try a clean joke. I'm trying to do clean comedy because my friends say you say fucked up shit. Try something clean. Okay. Here's one. Why did the bear divorce his bear wife?
Why?
Because she was unbearable and she fucked his brother. I couldn't do it. Alright, that's it for me, folks. I'm out. Thank you. Shout out to the Wayward Comedy Crew for doing this. Shout out to them.
Give it up for Red Flag, everybody. I still don't know his real name. All right, coming to the stage next. He's been coming around the next few weeks. He's got everybody makes a joke about his name. I'm not going to do that tonight. Mark Lies, everybody. Come on out here, Mark. He lies.
Thank you. Thank you all for coming out tonight. Hope everybody's doing good. Yeah, my name is Mark Lies. My last name is Lies. You can't handle the truth. It's an interesting wonder of nature that ducks have corkscrew-shaped penises. So next time you're trying to open a bottle of wine and you can't find a corkscrew, reach for a duck dick. If you're wearing a tank top in Seattle, you're sleeveless in Seattle. I used to be a socialist till I found a pubic hair in my library book. Now I just think everyone should have their own copy of A Christmas Carol. Some people say you could cut the tension in here with a knife. I think the last thing you want to do in a tense situation is pull out a knife. Why not pull out an ice cream scoop? You could scoop the tension with a scoop. Make everyone a nice tension sundae. Throw on some hot caramel and wet nuts. That ought to lighten the mood. I hate long goodbyes, but I love long showers. So if we ever have to have a long goodbye, I ask that we do it in the shower. My favorite letter is H, but I'm in love with the shape of you. Did anybody hear that? Sounded like a crying baby carrot in the distance. Must have been coming from the kitchen. I have very good hearing. I once heard a mouse whisper a secret to a cricket. I'm not going to tell you what the mouse said because it was a secret. I once heard a downy feather fall into a bowl of whipped cream. I once heard a snail crawl up a Jello mold. I once heard a silent but deadly fart. We got out of there just in time. Thankfully, no one was killed. I once heard a blanket. It was just lying there. I have very good hearing. When I married her, my wife already had a ladder. So now I have a step ladder. A full-grown donkey is a grown-ass ass. I read that psychologists have figured out a way to tell if you're depressed at home. They said, you know you're clinically depressed if you no longer enjoy the smell of your own farts. I let that one sink in. Possums have only 13 nipples, but they can have up to 25 babies. So the first 13 to latch on are the ones that survive. That's why in possum society, 14 is the unlucky number. Really, 14 through 25 are unlucky. So if you're ever in a hotel in the elevator and it skips floors 14 through 25, you'll know that that hotel was built by possums. When I was a kid, I had a friend made entirely out of fruits and vegetables. His name was Billy Joe Vivaldi. He had a rare genetic condition that caused his body to be made of fruits and vegetables. I'll never forget him, or the sacrifice that he made. You see, when our class got stranded on a school field trip, and we were without food for days on end, he was the second child that we ate. I don't know anyone who's been alienated by ducks. Oh shit, I totally fucked that joke. Here. I don't know anyone who's been abducted by aliens, but I do know someone who was alienated by ducks. They could never find their corkscrew.
Yeah.
Can never figure out which one of these is better. One of these is better.
Probably the
Is
same.
this one, but this one
Yeah,
better?
literally the same.
They're not the same. Coming up to the stage next is one of my favorite Wayward comedians. It's Esther Coker, everybody.
Guys, do you ever pull your mouse down so you can hear better? Like, hey, what'd you say? I can't hear you. It's kind of like, it's like turning the radio down to read the text. My daughter is a 5-year-old now, and I have to be careful what I say around her. And the other day I was talking to a good friend, and she was telling me how her husband hadn't come home in 3 nights. So naturally, like any good friend, I was like, well, where do you want to bury the body? And unfortunately, my daughter heard this. Things got really confusing when she asked her daddy for a shovel. And I always know when I'm in trouble with my baby daddy because my phone starts dinging, ding, ding, ding. I'm like, oh shit, what did my kid rat me out for this time? Those darn kids, they're always blowing your cover. Most of being a parent is just responsibly many times to be irresponsible. This school year has been difficult for working parents. School's gone back and forth between in-person and remote, and there's snow days and there's sick days, and never have we missed this many school days before ever. And it's kind of like playing nanny hopscotch, you know, but I feel like I won the lottery, you guys. You know why?
Why?
Because my baby daddy is dating a homeschool teacher. And that's, you know, it's not only is she in school to be a vet, but she also homeschools her son, which means that my daughter gets to go along for the ride. Woohoo, cha-ching, yay! So I don't have to worry about paying a nanny, and I don't have to worry about leaving my daughter with some like weird family member for the day. Because this girl is in training to be a vet, she even like brings home puppies and kittens from work every day. Like, you can't fucking beat that. A few weeks ago, Brad said he'd been fighting with his girlfriend. And things didn't feel right, and he just wasn't sure about things, and I was like, you better fucking work it out. I don't care. If you need me to take the Nuggetron for an extra night so you guys can patch it up, just let me know. But you're not dumping this one. Your feelings are so selfish. But yeah, the fact that my ex's girlfriend is awesome in every way. Like, not only is she gorgeous and sober and smart and going to vet school, this kind of like raises my real estate value. You know what I mean? This makes me look good. This girl is helping define my league. If my ex dates some like horrible, trashy, dumb slut, it lowers my real estate value. You know, I don't want to be Eskimo sisters with that. It kind of like makes the entire portfolio suffer with a stock pick like that. You gotta keep it classy, not trashy. I actually did call up an ex-boyfriend one time after I met one of his previous girlfriends, and I was like, "You dated that? That is who you dated? Are you serious? I never would have given you a chance." And if you're a guy trying to wrap your head around the scenario, it's like finding out that he dated the Ron Jeremy of Santa Fe. Like, you wouldn't want to touch that, right? Like, it should come with a disclosure statement, like, "Hi, I have no standards." But yeah, for some reason my ex didn't appreciate this phone call. I don't know why. Anyway, thanks guys.
Give it up for everybody. All right, coming up to the stage next is the newcomer to Wayward Comedy, is Mr. Michael Wilborn. Yes? All right.
Hi there.
Hi.
Hi there. Hey there. Ho there. That's what they used to say at Mickey Mouse Club. Yep. Yep. 1956, Mickey Mouse Club started. Yep. And I was in 8th grade, and I used to go home and watch it. And the camera, there were 10 or 12 Mouseketeers at the time, and the camera would go around to each one, and they would stand up and identify themselves, give their name. Well, hi, I'm Doreen. Hi, I'm Johnny. Hi, I'm Annette. Hi, I'm Cubby, and I have the dingle. Ooh, Cubby, that's why we call him Cubby Hole. Get out of here, Cubby. Anyway, yeah. So I was taking a trip. I was in the driver's seat. We were going up to Chama. Chama. I'm Cham to be in Chama. Okay. And I knew this woman. She was from Chama, and she was called Chama Mama. Oh yeah, baby. So I'm in the driver's seat, and this buddy of mine is driving, and we're driving along, and he all of a sudden he screamed. We stopped. And whoa! What happened? He said, "Did you see that sign back there?" And I said, I don't know if I saw it or not. He said, "Well, I think I'm going to go blind up ahead. I mean, when it says up ahead, how far is up ahead?" I said, "I don't know. What the hell are you talking about?" He says, "The sign says limited sight distance ahead." Oh my gosh. Well, am I going to go blind? I said, "No, I don't think so. I think it's just referring to the fact that you may not be able to see as much, slightly up ahead." Oh, okay. Oh boy, that was a relief. Yeah. And then about 5 minutes later, same thing. Oh no! I said, "What happened?" He says, Oh no, Hill blocks view. I'm not kidding. These are real signs on the way to China. Hill blocks view. No shit, the hill blocks view. Golly. I mean, why would the state waste so much money on these stupid signs? So I said, okay, I gotta call somebody. So I called the governor. I said, Governor. Yeah, right. Yes, Mr. Citizen. I said, look, there's some really stupid signs on the way to Chama. I don't care how much drama there is in Chama. We don't need that sign. She said, well, sir, you don't have to, I said, look, really, Governor, I really think you ought to take them down because you're so stupid and insulting. And anyway, she said, well, I'm sorry, we can't do that. And I said, well, I'm going to fix you. Oh, well, what are you going to do? I'm not going to read them anymore. This is just a cue for me, please. Each night before we go to bed, my baby, woo, whisper a little prayer for me, my baby, woo. This friend of mine decided that it was time to teach his little boy a prayer for nighttime. So, and he related this to me. So, he's with his little son, Johnny. Johnny, it's time to learn a prayer before you go to sleep. You get to say, okay, Daddy. Okay, now all you have to do is repeat after me. Okay, Daddy. All right. Listen, how does that prayer go? I'm blanking out here. Okay, well, maybe we'll skip the first line. Maybe I'll skip the whole thing. Somebody was talking about taking a shower, and sometimes I get confused in the shower because I forget which part I've washed, and I try to start at the top and work my way down, and then I'm pretty sure I've gotten the whole thing. My former wife's mother used to say, when you take a shower, remember, wash as high as possible, as low as possible, and possible itself. Oh, okay. All right. Now it's time to say goodbye to all our company. MIC, see you real soon. See you real soon. KEY. Why? Because we like you. MOUSC. Thank you.
Welcome to the stage next. One of our favorites here, Wayward Wednesdays is Lucas Corbata, everybody.
Hey, put a hand to all the comments who came up. It takes balls to get on stage, because in my case, they're taught. Well, not tonight, I'm not doing drag. But, people ask, why don't you do drag? Well, I do drag. I drag my boyfriends around, my ex-boyfriends around. I drag their damn dogs around, sometimes their parents. Jesus, I do a lot of dragging. It's okay. That's why I have a beautiful ass. So I bring up my notes, and some comments are like, why do you take up your notes? Well, fuck you. I'm rehearsing. I've taken so many shots to the face. I don't have cataracts, I have chlamydia. And when people get off to me on my face, sometimes they call it a facial. I don't. I call it a baby shower. And my mother wanted me to get married and have kids. I said, Mom, gays don't have kids. We swallow them.
Nice.
She Googled swallowing babies. I guess liberals really do eat babies. Well, not Hillary, but definitely Monica Lewinsky. Last year was really difficult. I lost a boyfriend. I lost a boyfriend. Well, I didn't lose him. I tied him to the recliner and the fucker got away. And I'll tell you that, last year my career went flat, like my chest. It did, fuck you guys, I thought that was funny. Inflation has hit everything except my chest. They're on back order from China. They're sitting in a shipping container in San Francisco, those assholes. But I just performed 9 legitimate gigs in Puerto Vallarta. I did. Thank you so much. Thank you. I got my start here at Rouge Cat, downstairs in the basement on a Wednesday night. Look where I am now. You know what my mom should have said to me growing up? She said, you want to be a comic and an actor? Grab yourself a fucking pillow, bring a cucumber, get on your knees. Mom's going to show you about real entrepreneurship. You want to be an actor? Put on a dress. Wear those heels and start with Harvey Weinstein's cock. She didn't say any of that. She said, follow your passion. Be good. Do the right thing. Now look where I fucking am. On a Wednesday night telling jokes to other goddamn comedians. It's okay. So I performed in Puerto Vallarta at 9 shows. One of them was for 69 gay men on a nude beach. 69. And when they say picture your audience naked, they all were. They were at full attention. They were, talk about being exposed and vulnerable. Not for me, I had the mic for them. Oh my God, I got a standing ovation. They were all laying down. It was fantastic. But I learned a few things in Puerto Vallarta, so any comics go there, I learned a few things. 1, the waves are so strong, they'll throw you down and pull you out. And 2, it is illegal to get blowjobs on the beach. It is. It's okay, both times I stood right back up and didn't get caught. You guys are allowed to laugh or drink up. The more you drink, the better our jokes are. Ah, fuck, I don't give a shit. This is open mic. I'm allergic to gluten, tequila, and cocaine. All the fun things in Mexico. This bitch could not have any fun. My throat swelled up like a dime. It's okay, I met a guy who was Asian. I called him Chopsticks. I was being generous. I should have just called him Chopstick. He went down like one. It's a good thing I'm not allergic to nuts. I used that joke already. Busted out of my face and they call it a facial. I call it a baby shower. It's okay. It's okay. New jokes are like new dicks. You use them until you're confident using them consistently. And old jokes are like old dicks. You use them until you can't use them anymore. And then you revive them with Viagra. And I know Viagra. I had an old man. I dated him. He would say, wakey, wakey, midnight snakey, fucking eight, and we're just slip it in. And then he took the Viagra. I'm like, oh, God damn it, give me a Tramadol. I'll pass out for 3 days. Anyhow, that's kind of the truth. My name is Lucas Carlotta. I have a wonderful time. I hope you do. Thank you, Senator.
Really well this time. Give it up for Lucas Carlotta, everybody, one more time. All right, coming up to the stage, next we got a comic all the way from Albuquerque, it's Mr. William Wheeler, everybody.
Hey, what's up, everyone? We're drinking on a Wednesday. I got the day right today. Fuck yeah. I fucked that up yesterday. Yesterday I was like, yeah, we're drinking on a Monday. And then they let me talk for like 5 minutes, like not knowing it was Tuesday. Boom! I hate when that happens. But, all right, y'all, let's start this out on the count of 1, 2, 3, right? And on the count of 3, we're going to shout out Chili Line, okay? On the count of 1, 2, but you decide to say it in Spanish, it's going to sound like this. Uno, dos, tres, right? So on the count of uno, dos, but if we decide to say it like a Jehovah's Witness, it's going to sound like this. Hello?
Oh no!
Is this live? All right, well, this is a perfect time to talk about my funeral home, time at the funeral home, because everyone was dead.
There we go.
All right, take 2. All right, but if you decide to say it like a Jehovah's Witness, it's going to sound like this. It turns off. It's like a secret. Oh. Knock, knock, knock. All right, there it is. Fuck, I'm not going to kill all my time with that one joke. All right, I have. So I have these type of friends that ask me these type of questions. Will, would you suck a dick for $1 billion? And without hesitation, I tell them, bruh, you've only known what I've done for a Klondike bar. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Depends on the day and the time. Man, I want to give it up for 3 different things right now. Let's give it up for the guy that called me Hispanic Cat Williams, everyone. Let's give it up for him. Yeah. Let's give it up for French porn, everyone. Shout out Sacre Bleu. Sacre Bleu, yeah. And the last one, let's give it up for Gravity, everyone. Yeah. Because let's be honest, we know it won't do it for itself. All right, Gravity, I know you're shy. Go ahead and take a seat. I don't care if you don't laugh at that one. Now it's for me. Okay? And now, I did mention I worked at funeral home, so I'm going to tell you, this ain't going to be the first time people don't laugh at my jokes. Mm-hmm. William, did you tell jokes to the grieving families? Yeah. William, did you tell jokes to the dead people? Yeah. They're the best friends you could have. They want to talk about everything you want to talk about. They never stop you. They want to listen to the same music you want to listen to. Like, honestly, like I put this guy in the back of the van, and I'd be like, hey, what do you want to listen to? You're shopping and acting more crazy. I was going to say the same thing. Nice. So awesome. But, you know, I've been hooked. Like, it's a disease now. I've been hooked on your mom jokes for like the past month and a half. Like it feels like I'm holding my breath when I'm in a situation where I can't say it. Like some of the hits from this past month, and like I'm not talking about your mom jokes. Your mom's so fat she's one M&M away from holy shit. Not those type of your mom jokes. The ones where you're in conversation with someone and then you take the one part of the sentence and then you put your mom blah blah blah. So like the hits from this past month were, hey, I parked my car in an alley. Your mom's in an alley. Hey, I got kicked out of Hooters. Your mom got kicked out of Hooters. And someone hit me with this one pretty good. Because I said, hey, I'm going to go run around the block. And then someone's like, your mom's running around the block. And I couldn't say anything because my mom is still running around the block. Like, my mom's been running around the block so long now that I'm running around doing my shit. Running around the block, I see her running around the block, and I have to yell around, Martha, go home! Your time is done. It's my time now. But is anyone using dating apps now? Like, Phil, you using Tinder? You're right. You got Bumble face. All right. So I know we've all used the dating apps at some point. I love you, buddy. But like I'm using a new dating app. It's called Uber. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. No, not really. But I'm using fuck, I'm running out of time. So I'll end on this. I have the type of trust with my girl now where we know each other's passwords to our cell phones. So one time I was having a heart attack. I was like, quick, I'm having a heart attack. Call 911. And she was like, quick, what's your password? And I was like, oh. Yeah. That's fine. I'll walk this one off. All right. But that's my time. My name's William Wheeler. Have a good night.
Give it up for Wayward, everybody. All right. Today's guest is the host of the Tumble Root Show on March 12th in Fishers. Oscar Bildo. Oscar Bildo, everybody.
Oh, thank you, everybody. How you doing? So I was like, just move that right back there. All right. So yeah, I grew up Christian. I don't know if you can tell that by my white facade. It's pretty obvious to see that like I was a little bit sheltered as a child. We used to do this shit. It was about like 15. I got kicked out of church. I don't know if anybody can relate to that sort of thing. Yeah. I got kicked out because I asked too many questions. And it was mainly like, why is God always depicted as white? And they were like, don't say that. Don't say that. You don't want to hear that. But yeah, no, we went to, I used to do this church summer camp, which was called centrifuge, which is a scientific process of spinning things really fast so they don't know what they are anymore, which is basically what summer camp is as a fucking Christian. We would do like weird shit, you know, we would basically be like, we would do this whole stuff where it was like, we'd play shitty Christian rock music. It was like, what would Jesus do if you were like him? Like, what's that song go like? What would Jesus do if he was like us? I don't know. You get that. Yeah, basically. So we would, and like people would like listen to this music and they would start crying and be like, God's so cool. And I would fall into it because obviously everyone's into it. By the way, if anybody knows, Christians are the worst fucking human beings. Like there is nothing that is better to make you a piece of shit, knowing that you will always be forgiven for what you've done. So it's just constant, like, well, I can tell this person's a piece of shit, and then like God will forgive me for everything I've ever done. But anyway, so we went to the centrifuge thing, and there was this confession time, right? And we had like, it was like me and 4 other people, right? And we were like there, and we were confessing all of what we felt guilty about, and all of us were like, so me, I was like, I watched porn, like soft porn, like not like crazy porn or anything, like basically 2 chicks like kissing each other, and I was like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do tonight? This is the worst thing I've ever done. I don't know how to do it. And everyone else was like, the 3 other people were like, oh my God, me too. Like, oh my God, this is really bad. We don't want to do this anymore. Like, we're such sinful fucking human beings. And then the last guy came up, right? And he was like, really weird. He was like itching his arm, like really bad. And I was like, what's this guy got to say? So he comes up and he's like, all right, come over here. I was like, we're already not with anybody. Why are we coming to this place? He was like, no, come over by the bushes. So he leads us to the bushes. And he was like, oh, I stalked someone for 5 years. I don't know about you guys, the good Christian wasn't coming out of me at that point. I was like, that's wrong. I watched 2 girls kissing. You fucking tormented someone for 5 years. And then everyone else was like, oh no, God's good, brother. We can do this. Like, let's do it. It's like, no, that's not what we do here. That's not okay. That's not cool. But of course, everyone was like, no, God's good. We keep doing this shit. Everyone's going to be okay, even though he was basically confessing that, like, I basically, like, stalked someone for 5 years and had them change an area code. And I'm like, yeah, that's the same level. Well, I mean, like, it wasn't that bad, you know, because, like, now I watch, like, extreme hentai. So, I mean, does that mean 4 minutes or I got 1 minute? I don't fucking know. Anyways, so, you know, growing up Christian it's a weird sort of thing. I mean, like, I have, people call it like faith. I don't know. I think there's something there, but I don't fucking know. Like, who the fuck knows what's going on out there? Like, you look up into the stars and you think that, like, a fucking Aquarius means something. And I'm up here and it's like, well, maybe it does. Maybe it does. By the way, if you didn't know, I'm an Aquarius. It means I'm really spontaneous. But no, it's a weird thing growing up, very like Christian Baptist, very Orthodox Christian kind of thing, because everyone I know who's grown up that is now like the most drug addicted human being I've ever fucking met. Like, just absolute, like, hey, let's go to the fucking bar and let's get trashed, which is what I'm gonna do tonight, which is why I'm a great Christian. Anyways, that's my time, guys. My name's Philosophy.
You know how much Jesus loved you?
This much.
That's a fucking billboard in Albuquerque. Coming to the stage next, the only thing they wrote on the list was, oh, doggy. Oh, Donnie, you? Donnie, you? No, it's not Donnie.
Stood up.
Oh, doggy is what it says on the list.
There we go.
All right, here we go.
Holy shit! Oh, doggy? Are you fucking serious right now? How's everybody doing? Feeling like shit, right? I don't know. I don't know what to say. Jokes! What?
Say jokes.
Say something. Jokes. Did you know my fucking asshole hasn't been fucking imploded in like 3 months?
Tell us about when it got
Holy shit, I can't believe I'm up here right now.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Lucas is right there.
The second to last chick I talked to, she was so fucking prude. I was like, yo, what's up? And she was just like, just like that, bitch as fuck. Just like bitch as fuck. And then I was just like, huh, fuck it. Give me another beer. Anyway, give us a job. Knock, knock. Not that guy, because he's fucking gay as fuck. This is cool.
You're the first person to ever get booed here.
You might not remember it. You definitely got pictures.
That's my friend.
Yeah, put him back. You good? You got your shit?
Wallace, get down. Wallace, sit down. It's not your job. You're on the phone.
This is what I was supposed to say.
What's he doing there like? I've never been so high.
Hey,
All right. Coming to the stage next, all the way from Albuquerque, New Mexico, it's Troy Wilson.
We got just the guy to dig us out of that hole. Happy belated BD, right? Yeah, how come every time after I fuck without a condom, like everything is a STD, like Alright. I wrote some poetry, so you're gonna suffer through some spoken word. Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm single, which means my balls are too. Oh, that's double entendre. My balls are too. Roses are red, daisies are yellow. I like my women previously not fellows.
Okay.
Just let you know. Facts, hey. Roses are red. Orchids are purple. Come here, girl. Let me play with your nipple. It's a bit of a stretch, but hey. Yeah, exactly. Hey, roses are red. Diamonds are carrots. I won't eat your pussy if your house smells like ferrets. I think that should be everybody's hard rule, right? ATM. Exactly. Is that the sexual equivalent of farm to table? Yeah, like locally sourced, 100% organic. You hope. I guess.
Oh, wait, no. Oh, shit. Sorry.
How do you feel about God there, Shannon?
I don't know.
God exists. I know for a fact because God gave us two things. He gave us eternal life and an opposable thumb. You know, because without an opposable thumb, like how else would you shoehorn a half-flaccid dick into a consenting vagina? I mean, that sounds like intelligent design. Probably a bit too much cocaine. But still fucked, right? Whatever. I have performance anxiety, so I asked my doctor if Viagra is right for me. And my doctor was like, "Oh, Troy, do you have erectile dysfunction?" I said, "Oh, doc, I just need help with my stand-up performance." I gotta tell jokes to strangers for free in Santa Fe. Can you give me 2 of them blue pills? Hey, here's something you've never heard. Wow, she's really grown into those nipples. I mean, you just heard it just now, but before that, saying. How come when a woman kisses a frog, she gets a prince, but a frog kisses my Prince Albert, and I just get worse, you know? Worst Disney story ever.
Where are you sitting?
Condoms. Hate condoms. Hate condoms. Because, like, how do you wash that smell off before getting home to your woman?
Rubbing alcohol.
Rubbing alcohol. Then you. Ouch. No, I'm not going to fall for that one again.
At least you wore one.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, children, get up for yourselves. Hey.
Give it up for Troy Wilson, everybody. Oh, Troy, that's going to have me giggling all day tomorrow. That was a real-time joke, okay? That was amazing. All right, coming up to the stage next, it's Mr. Ariel Holmes, everybody. Give it up for Ariel Holmes, come on. Oh, there he is. Okay, great.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? Nice to be here. Nice to be here. It's actually my birthday, so I decided to come out. I don't usually drink because when I do drink, things tend to happen. Drank with some friends recently, and I'm not going to give you a rundown of everything that happened. I'll just give you kind of a rundown of how I explained to them the next morning what happened. It's kind of like, Troy, you should have seen yourself last night, man. I was blowing you, and you were moaning so hard. and you started breathing really hard, and then you blew a big old load in my cheeks, and you didn't even try to stop me once. Faggot. Fucking sick. So yeah, so I don't drink a whole lot, but I have learned that with moderation, everything is good in moderation except for moderation. So kind of works out a little bit. Parking was easy to find here, of course, as always. Parking's not really the problem. My problem is that I drive a Ford Focus and I have ADD. So it's a little tricky. See what else happened lately. Been watching the Olympics. Anyone else been watching the Olympics? Guys like that two-man luge? My fantasy two-man luge team just won me $20. My office pool. I think Switzerland are pretty neutral, but I figure they do it right. It's good times. I'll pretty much bet on anything. So let's see what else. So yeah, like I said, it's my birthday. I'm getting older. I just turned 38, so I can now officially date women half my age. It's still creepy, but it's not illegal. I was married, so anyone in here married? Any married couples? This guy is married to himself. It's all good. See, I discovered that marriage is a lot like being in prison. For one, I don't remember the last time I had shit with the door closed in ever. There's differences. Like for one, in one institution, you show up on the first day, you want to find the toughest motherfucker in there and challenge him to fight. You want to show him you're not a bitch. You know? And then there's prison, which you also have to do similar things. So, technically still married, separated, dating, attempting to at least, at the very most, or the very least, I don't know. Dated a girl that was she was a doctor, so she had told me that she wanted to play doctor. And so I was like, all right, get all cleaned up, comb my hair for once, get ready, I'm getting in there, and I'm expecting someone to come in a lab coat, and instead she comes in with like a notebook and a pen and a timer and tells me that I have 1 hour to do my dissertation. Realized it was a different kind of doctor. It's not as fun as I expected. So that obviously didn't work out. The next girl I was with wanted me to talk dirty to her. Again, not something I'm comfortable with. But I did give it a shot, nevertheless. It's things like, you'll never make as much as a man does. Dad left when you were 4. Not really exactly what I thought. I think the light means I got, 39 more minutes? We got 45 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Oh. I guess I'll get out of here. I guess before I let you go, I want to tell you a little bit about this. I got this GPS that I got that was built actually here in New Mexico. There's a lot of industry here in New Mexico. A lot of people don't know that. I got a GPS program here, totally custom, sort of something like.
Órale, start the vehicle, Holmes. Input destination, Wade. Charlie, that's easy, fucker.
Back out of this parking lot. You're gonna go about like 2-3 blocks. There'll be a couple houses on your right. There'll be that one house with the car on the block. The fuck that was it, Whoa, that's slow. These are my papers. You guys have been a great crowd. Thank you so much.
Mr. Brian Brett.
Randy. Oh, there he is. Yeah.
Thank you. This shit's brand new. So make some noise. The most racist people I know are white Democrats. Every now and then I hear one slip and say, colored people of color. To all of you out there experiencing the female gender, I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. Good evening, I'm Brian Brett. I feel like we come at the end of a condom. All the time. Jeffrey Epstein is alive. In my closet. If you would like to rape, DM. Thank you. I believe in easy access to abortion for all the women I have slept with. I think white liberals hate Donald Trump so much because he's tan. I buy my weed on credit for the flow. I made up a new word. Perplexed. With a K. It's a mashup of kerfluffle and perplexed. Because when I'm perplexed, I'm always a little bit mad about it. I'm looking to join a stick-up crew, preferably multicultural. I shave my head so my ski mask would stay on better during robberies. I'm bona fides. I taught myself Latin. And I strangled my mother on my 18th birthday. When it meant something.
Yeah!
If I ever end up in prison, I'm going to publish a series of self-help books on how to profit from your crimes without violating the statutes that prohibit that. My girlfriend is a feminist. And she said the other day, it's okay with her if I'm not a feminist. In a really sweet voice, like she meant it. And it was in that moment, I realized I hadn't been listening for like 20 minutes. This is all 9/11 jokes. I'll see you then. Thank you and Brian.
Welcome to the stage, man. We're so happy to have her back. It's been too long since the next best for everybody. This is a trend. Come on up here.
TJ jumps, everybody. TJ jumps, that's so much LSD. If you lick him, you get high. Yeah. Yeah, like TJ said, I haven't done comedy in like a good 6 months or so. But then someone told me that a couple weeks ago a really horny magician did a set, and I had serious FOMO. So I tried to show up. Yeah. So it was Valentine's Day 2 days ago, the bloodiest D-Day there was, you know. Valentine's Day, which means that this week is BOGO Chocolate Week. So this is why it's next week. And it's only fitting that because of Valentine's Day, I tell you guys that I recently got my heart ripped out of my chest. Like Indiana Jones out of my chest. My 11 men at once. 11 men at once. Yes, I am talking about the Bills. I am from Buffalo. It is a real relationship. A real relationship. Yes, you shack up with them all winter. You spend hours in bed on Sunday afternoons with them, and then they leave you abruptly in the cold right before Valentine's Day. It is real. Don't tell me that's not realistic. Thank you. And in the spirit of the Super Bowl and Valentine's Day, I made you all Super Bowl Valentines. Yeah, well, not all of you. It's not fucking 4th grade. Just some of you, the cool ones. Yeah. So I'll read them for you. Okay. So they all start with football is like sex. Football is like sex. You play fantasy with your coworkers.
Okay.
Okay. Football is like sex. You can watch it on a phone app from anywhere now. Okay. Football is like sex. You have to find, thank you for asking, I will tell you. You have to find the right places to hold, and there's a lot of unnecessary roughness in the end zone that doesn't get called out. Football is like sex. There's important protective gear to put on before the intense physical contact starts. All right. Football is like sex. How, you ask? Or maybe you don't. Thank you. How? Women should be able to do it professionally, but we're not there as a country yet. Football is like sex. Half the players have been pretending to be vaccinated for the past year, and people have largely stopped caring. You know what you did. Football is like sex. People don't understand it when you change teams, and you often have to buy new clothes afterwards. Football is like sex. For the sake of their dues, a lot of women pretend to enjoy it more than they actually do. Football is like sex. Here's a little visual of a car here. You don't have to score on the first drive, but you're really hoping for it. Oh, I'll get you next time. I'll get you this one. This one's for you. Okay? Football is like sex. You can get brain damage if you're too young. Football is like sex. Two more, stay with me, two more. You win with patience, stamina, and a consistent tight spiral downfield. Football is like sex, best with pizza and a break after an hour and a half. Thank you for letting me do that. I haven't been doing comedy for like 6 months. I've been holding up in my house in my little hidey hole instead. And like, you know, when you're off the grid for like 6 months and you haven't been paying attention to Facebook or pop culture or the news or anything, and then you come back and you're like, man, I must have missed a lot. Yeah, I realized I missed a lot because Russia is doing shit in Ukraine, the accountants are doing shit in Washington, D.C., and every hot American woman now wants to suddenly fuck Pete Davidson. And if you ask me to explain one of those things that I can't understand, it's the last one. But I want to tell you a quick story, very quick. So there was this girl that I wanted to ask out. She was really hot. I wrote this play, this radio play, and she was an actor in the radio play. So she acted through the whole thing, and then I saw her like 2 months later, and I had this moment where I was like, oh, I should ask her now. I should ask her out. And she looked at me like she thought she knew me, but she wasn't sure. And then she thought about it, and she said, oh, were you my therapist? Bitch, you don't remember your therapist? Like, the therapist is a stranger that you tell your most hideous, heinous, mental, like, deep in the dark bullshit. Every horrible, hideous thing you've ever done, you tell this stranger. If I so much as fart in front of a stranger, that face will be emblazed in my mind for the entire rest of my life. But you don't remember your therapist? So I was like, yeah, you haven't made an appointment in a while. Remind me of emotional baggage we were working through, you know, strictly for ethical reasons. And that's it. I'm Meg.
That's for everybody. All right, come to the stage next is Johnny B. Hill. There he is. All right. Here you go. All right, thank you, Senator. Football's like sex. I'm not good at either. No, I got laid last week. I had the ATM receipt approved.
dirty, another dirty boy down there. I'm actually in recovery too. Not for drugs or meth, but for explaining videos to people. I lost everything. So, trying to get my body right before spring. I'm on 5G fitness. Trying to diet too. Something when you run out of money, it's called overdraft fasting. You'll eat when you figure something out. Like I'm dressed nice, I'm wearing this camo, looking like G.I. Jew up here. It's like a contract with a modeling company, dance within Nirvana. It's nice, man. I'm a lone wolf, been one since 6th grade. You put that many years in, you become like a sheriff skunk. I'm friendly. Find me on Instagram. Dating's hard.
Yeah, it is.
Not for you, for me. It's so hard for me. I have on Ancestry and start messaging my cousins. Nana said you got a divorce. What's up? I'm on Bumble. You might like me. It's like a rescue. Okay? Girls like her, like, you got your shots? Are you defeated? Come over. Now go back to the shelter. I like you guys, kind of. I like you too. My brother lives up in Los Alamos, good job. And also, I'm thinking about going back to school this year, registered for a class for a DUI, but I'll get there one day. I need to enroll in the Bosley Institute before UNM. I had more, but they were funnier in the car ride here. I work at Walmart in Albuquerque. You guys at Walmart pretty well?
We got two.
You got two? I have two homeless people that I work for them. I work at Walmart loss prevention.
Oh boy.
I don't stop any homeless people there. I only stop people from California. Go to Target, get the fuck out of here. You're not even wearing pajamas, get lost. I'm diabetic. All my diet is Mountain Dew and gummy bears. I don't know where I thought this would be. Took my dad to the VA today, some dumb shit was like, New Mexico is like a vacant third world lot between Texas and Arizona. I said, well, get the fuck out then. That wasn't a joke, it was just an observation. Be on the lookout for that asshole, okay? All right, I'd love to stay, but I gotta go fight somebody. See ya.
Our next comic conversation is all the way from Orlando, Florida.
Yeah!
Mimi.
Biggest class Florida's ever gotten. That was amazing. Yes, I'm from Florida. I just got to Santa Fe a couple days ago. I didn't know what to do. Trying to look up some cool Santa Fe shit to do, so I shot a cinematographer. It's an Airbnb experience. Shoot a mother of two in the fucking stomach, and saying it pull the fucking trigger. How to control bleeding with a local. All right, so who's your favorite 9/11 hijacker? Do you have one? Love the fuck one. That would be. They should have lived. They would have got so much pussy. That would have been the ultimate fuck you dad lay. You know what I mean? I got a fucking cum up. I got spunk of a hijacker in me. That would be the greatest thing. Okay. I look like the Karate Kid, but I don't know karate, but I do like the fight kids. I like they're really easy to step on until they're dead. You know what I mean? They're just so fucking soft, bro. fucking ears lose leak brain so easily. I don't know if you guys ever seen one dead, but they die fast and easy. Especially fucking white ones. White kids are the softest fucking kids you ever see. They die the quickest. I know, I'm a paramedic. I've seen all races of kids die. White ones are the best. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know they're white. I mean, I don't know. The white kids always have the stains around their mouth. From me, after I sleep my dick in them. Okay. That was, Alright, change gears. So you guys remember when Trump got elected? You guys remember that when Trump got elected? People were like, he's gonna get assassinated. You guys remember that? Yeah, you try to forget it. Remember, like, people were like, he's gonna get assassinated. Don't worry, Trump will not make it. And I knew he wasn't gonna get assassinated because anyone who shoots people voted for him. You know what I mean? Like, he was never gonna get it. He's got locked in. You guys know what I mean? Alright. Fuck yourself. I'm actually Italian Mexican, but I got lucky and old with that Mexican. Mexicans are kind of ugly, you know what I mean? I didn't make the rules, I don't know, like if you see my mom, you can get it. I don't know. Like I know Mexicans are ugly and everyone knows Mexicans are ugly. Because if Mexicans weren't ugly, there'd be no wall. There'd be no border. I mean, let them in if they're hot. If they're not, shut it down. Shut the country down. Fucking friend zone Mexico so fast, you know what I mean? Just fucking call, don't come over. We'll let you in when we want you to. Fucking annoying. That's a good one. All right, so give it up. I'm from Florida, so I just found out Black History Month. I just told me on the flight over here. It's pretty great. But next month is International Women's Month. Give it up for women, right? Next month is International Women's Month. March is International Women's Month. My favorite thing about International Women's Month is that the first day in summer clothing for fools. You know what I mean? Right? Right? April Fool's back to the Richmond, you know? You learned a lot, but you know, you're gonna. I don't even know how there's any woman left. You know what I mean? You guys are just murdered all the time. You guys are like kids. You guys are so easy to kill. There's only woman left because of rape. Alright, that's enough of that. Alright. So like I said, I'm a paramedic. I've been a paramedic for 5 years. It's great. It sucks. I struggle with it because I'm a mumbler. I'm a mumbler, so I have to repeat myself. But at work, I have to repeat bad news, and that sucks. You know what I mean? So I'll be at work and like, I'm sorry, ma'am, your husband's dead. She's like, when you speak up, I was like, I'm sorry, your husband's dead. She's like, what did she say? I was like, your fucking husband's dead. Look at the ground. What do you think I said to you? Look at the yellow sheet. Everyone knows what the fucking yellow sheet means. I shouldn't even be fucking talking to you right now. Look at the red stain. The red stain. Where the head's at? What could I fucking be saying? Pick up the head. It looks like Scrabble tiles. Lady, I shouldn't even be talking to you right now, okay? Get the fuck out of my face with your fucking bullshit crying. I hate when you fucking cry. I hate picking up the. You know what the hardest job about being a paramedic is putting down the yellow sheet on dead people, right? It's the hardest part of my job. I often have to do it on the highway, and highways are windy. You know what I mean? So I have to take down the yellow sheet, I flake it out, blows back in my face. I fucking look like a fucking stooge. You know what I mean? But can you not stop fucking crying? Help me put this over your kid? It's fucking disgusting, dude. You know what I mean? It's fucking disgusting, bro. Sometimes I'm often in over my head at work. You know, I only went to school for 8 months. It's not enough fucking school for a paramedic. I often have to deal with things I didn't go to school for. Like the other day, I had a miscarriage. Like I did it, but some fucking bitch did. You know what I mean? And she had one. She did it in the toilet. It looked like someone threw a baked plant parmesan. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys ever seen a miscarriage. That's what it looks like. But I didn't know what to do. I never went to school for it, so I didn't know what to do. So I just put a fucking head in it. I was like, you don't fucking do that. Look what you did. Look what you did. Look at your boyfriend. He get you cum, and you did that to his cum. You don't do that to cum. You swallow it, I think. All right. I'm from Florida, and I'm sorry. So that's someone. Okay. What's that other guy got? Can you take the mic from me? Like the guy got fentanyl.
Wow! All right, coming to the stage next is your favorite common favorite, Mr. Sam Lynch, everybody! Walk a long way around. Here he comes.
Let's make room for the wonderful Jay. Anyway, I'm Sam Lynch. Originally, I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. You're like, Sam, you got a third grade education. You look at a map. You're like, Sam, that's spelled Louisville. Well, we didn't get the third grade in Kentucky until the 1980s. Before that, you graduated second grade. They put you in a coal mine. And like, don't join the union. So my mom is a wonderful woman, but she tried to make guacamole once. It was just avocado and onion. I was like, this is where I'm from. These are my people. So, I'm from Kentucky, but above us, we got the Hoosiers. Lovely Indiana, it's not lovely. Sorry I said it that way. But in Indiana, there's Santa Claus, Indiana, which is home to Holiday Bowl. Wonderful amusement park. Has some of the world's best water roller coasters, the world's longest water roller coaster, and infinite soft drinks, which is disastrous. It's just full of obese kids on 15 different cups of Mountain Dew. It's uncontainable, energized kids. And here's the thing, Santa Claus, Indiana really benefited from legalizing marijuana. His parents need a little help. These kids are nuts, uncontrollable. The best thing they can do is get on their level. But here's the thing, as a fat kid who also drank 15 cups of Mountain Dew in a day, I went to the bathroom a lot. It was like I was in a constant state of like not knowing if I had to pee or I had to pee, Schwarter's urination. And so I go home from this, and my dad comes into my room and he's like, Sam, we noticed you were in the restroom a lot. And you're getting to that age where you're a young man and you begin touching yourself. Dad, I just have to pee a lot. He says, it's okay, Sam. And I think this was a really embarrassing moment for me as a kid. But as an adult, I think back and I realize this is my old man's game. Like this boy's a lot like me. He's masturbating in public restrooms. You see, my dad was the youngest of 7 kids in the projects in an apartment. This was the only place you could masturbate. Smart old man, father like son. Anyways, where was he going after this? Oh yeah, so I started taking ballet classes at Y School. A wonderful organization. And the thing that happened was they were like, okay, after warm-ups, they were like, okay, we're going to sit in a circle, and we're going to choose a move to express ourselves. I'm like, fuck, there's a test already? That's why I came here, to learn how to express myself. I'm a man, I don't know how to do it yet. And but they're really soft. They're really soft at Y School, which I appreciate, but I want to be a good dancer. I want like an old Russian woman to be like, go to a factory. And I want to fuck up and get hit with a wooden spoon. And no one became the best in the world by expressing themselves. They shoved it all the way down into themselves until they could find something good. All right, anyways. So, yeah, I really support abortion. Because if you've read the Bible, God is kind of a sketchy guy. Kind of fucked up, too. And I worry, I'm a man, but God can still fuck me. Anytime, he could come over and like, I don't know how God fucks a dude, you wouldn't notice it. But yeah, I don't want to get pregnant by God. I don't want that to happen to me. I don't want to be laying in bed, jacking off. I see a bright light coming through my window. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. It's like, no, it's Gabriel. It's like God's chosen you, the father, mother, the new daughter, son of Christ. And I'm like, I wasn't down for that. It's like, dude, I just work here, man. I don't know what that fucker's up to. But anyways, don't worry. I will get as many abortions as it takes to prevent myself from having the savior of mankind. Don't worry, guys. Finally, you think if someone aborts the Antichrist, you think Satan would be like, fuck you. No, that was on me. That's all I got. Thank you very much.
Give it up for Sam Hanks, everybody. Yeah. Mr. Corey Herrera, everybody.
What's up, Santa Fe? I gotta say, you guys are my favorite audience, man. I love coming here. I look forward to every Wednesday. Give it up for yourself, man. You guys are awesome. It's good to be here. Native American. Give it up for me, right? Please don't move. That's offensive. I always know when I come off the red because people come up to me like, hey, are you? What was that?
That's the drunk guy.
All right, you feel that silence? I want you to do that during my set, okay? Thank you so much.
Yes.
What was that? Exactly what I thought. That's fine. Anyway, moving on to my first joke, if I can get there. I always know when I come up to res, because people come up and be like, hey, are you still selling? You know? That's a little offensive, you know? Assume I'm selling jewelry just because I'm native. I'm trying to get rid of this meth real quick, right? Buy something or get out of the alley, you know? I've been getting a lot of compliments on my turquoise necklace. It's very nice. I got it in the Philippines, right? I traded it for some meth, everybody. I'm actually 3 tribes. I'm Pueblo, I'm Navajo, my beard is Apache, you know? I come from a very nice gated community, you know? There's a barbed wire fence around my house. It's very nice. Just FYI, I noticed when I come here to Santa Fe, a lot of you guys have dream catchers in your rear view mirrors. Just FYI, you probably shouldn't be sleeping while you're driving, okay? Get some native friends and it'll save your life. It's fucking hard being native, man. We have all the shit we have to worry about. We gotta keep our culture going. We gotta worry about water rights. We have to worry if the girl we're dating is our cousin, you know? Okay, you can't relate. That's fine. I got highlights in my hair so I can remember where to comb. A new joke is fine. So let's see. So my friend tried to give me some advice about dating. He says you have to be kind of a jerk when you're dating, you know, to make girls like you. I was like, all right. So I went to pick up this girl, and before she got to the car, I just drove off. They say cleanliness is close to godliness, right? Sure. Unless you're an atheist, then you just don't believe your hands are dirty, right? Yeah. Very nice. It's kind of cold here. I've been wearing my long sleeve tank top shirt, you know?
There you go.
It's a seasonal wife beater, right? I just wanted to say that punchline, that's fine. So someone asked me, do you believe in a higher power? I said, yes, I do. I live on the 3rd floor of an apartment and we got electricity, you know? That's right. In my family, Sunday was always reserved for church, you know, just like a lot of families. I still keep that tradition going, you know, with me and my kids. Every Sunday we eat a bucket of chicken together, right? All right, let's keep a joke, that's fine. So I was at a restaurant earlier today, this waitress came up to me, she's like, how may I serve you? I was like, well, you can bow down and chant, you know? Well, I guess that's how they roll at Chick-fil-A. Be my chicken sandwich, you know? Chick-fil-A, man, the only place you get a chicken sandwich with a side of homophobia, right? Get some intolerance on the side, right? So, during the quarantine, I've been thinking a lot. I want to be a business owner, you know what I mean? I want to be an entrepreneur. So my friend who's a successful business owner told me that you have to do one thing every day that scares you. I was like, okay. So last night I tried to have sex with a ghost. Yeah, now I'm being canceled by a poltergeist. You know? Just kidding. I want to open up a restaurant that sells pho in Albuquerque and call it fucking sick, you know? Let's see, what else? Just got the light. All right, cool. So like, I started dating again, and I'm using the online dating apps. You know, I started using Tinder, and dating online is a lot like fast food because people like use pictures of themselves that aren't really accurate. So it's kind of like false advertising, you know. But it's like fast food. It's like, oh, that doesn't look like what I ordered, but I'm still gonna eat it, you know. All right, that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks so much.
Everybody, you know, I forgot that we are in the sexiest month of the year. You know, the sexiest month of the year because of President's Day, right? The day that everybody gets to fuck a president, right? I decided I'm gonna fuck James Madison. Take his body up and fuck the empty eye socket of his skull. Oh wait, no, I guess we just get the day off of work. Coming up next to the stage is Mr. Josh Wells, everybody. Yeah, Josh Wells. Hey guys, how's it going?
So tonight I'm going to list for you all of the ways that I'm the stupidest human being on the face of the earth.
Yay!
I'm so fucking stupid, I'm serious.
How stupid are you?
How stupid are you? Okay. So, I was on a first date with this girl once, and something happened with my brain, and it wasn't working correctly, and oh, it's so embarrassing. I'm gonna tell you anyway. Okay. So she was telling me this story about, she was like, this guy's been texting me every day. He showed up at my work. I think he's like stalking you. This is getting serious. And this is what my brain did. I said, oh, yeah, I got stalked once. Can you believe I said that? I'm a fucking moron. It's just like, I'm gonna lie to you right now. And yeah, so she was like, she's being polite. She's like, really? Okay. I'm just thinking, who would stalk me? Tom Cruise gets stalked. Okay. I can see some girl like, Dear Diary, I'm in love with a 4. He's a great guy. I'm kind of obsessed with him. He likes to play Xbox. And yeah, so after I said that, I'm just like, in your brain, it's just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna become a fucking liar right now. Yeah, let's do it. Let's just do it. So, she was like, so you've been stalked, like, what do you mean? And I said, yeah, this guy, this girl, or guy, whatever, doesn't matter. It's a fake story anyway. Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's Santa Fe, yeah. This girl she's been texting me all the time. And she showed up at my work. I just said the same thing that she said. Good one. So, I'm terrible at dating. Haven't done it in a while. But I've been trying to come up with lines to say to women. But my friend told me you gotta be confident, spontaneous, and sensual. Confident, spontaneous, and sexual. Easy. Okay, yeah, easy. How hard could it be, right? Yeah. So I walked up to this girl and I said, hey, toots, how would you like to get tooled in the shitter? Where are you going? Where are you going? So another way that I'm stupid, in high school, this is a true story, in high school, we had this new teacher and I was really nervous. Why? And I actually threw this at him. I said, did you catch the game last night? I'm serious, I said that. And it's fucking humiliating, it's so cliche and stupid. And he looked at, keep in mind, I know nothing about sports, I still said it. And he said, yeah, the Super Bowl. It was the actual Super Bowl. And I asked him, did you catch the game last night? Boo. Yeah. So when I was 10 years old, I wanted to be a political cartoonist.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, 10-year-old political cartoonist. And that's kind of like a woman wanting to be a political cartoonist. Fucking take that patriarchy, yeah. And basically, when I was a kid, this is a serious story now. This is horrible. When I was 10, I was traumatized by a priest. When he got some new kid, it wasn't nearly as hot as me. I was so jealous, like, what the fuck? And I was a good-looking kid. You'd fuck me if you were a pedophile. I was good-looking, okay? I was like a 10, kid-wise, and now I'm a 4, so. And thank you guys so much. Have a good night.
Nice guys finish last. Nice guys finish last. My whole life people have been saying nice guys finish last, and we didn't see it, we didn't know. But if we keep saying that, eventually all the guys who finish last are gonna start assuming that they must be nice. We have to change it. Fat, annoying assholes finish last. Apparently, as a society, we're not smart enough to fucking get it, okay? We just have to make all of our aphorisms. Alright, that was new. That's fine. I like that. I like it too. It's gonna go somewhere one day. You guys want to hear my favorite story from American history? It's a history club. Do you know about how drunk the founding fathers got before they wrote the Constitution? They got wasted. You can look this up. There's a whole Wikipedia article on the giant bar tab they ran up leading up to the Constitutional Congress. It's true. They got shithoused. Like by modern standards, you can look. They have like the bill. They found like the pub bill and like converted it with inflation and stuff. They spent like $200,000 in like 2 or 3 days on booze, just getting wasted. And I like to imagine that the first like third day of the Constitutional Congress, Ben Franklin just kicks down the door like, I like, no, everything, it's fine what you're doing. I just have a couple changes. Rule number 1, you don't fucking tell me to shut up, Jefferson. Okay, rule number 2, you get a gun, I get a gun. Everybody gets a gun. Like third and then. Rule number 4, if I say I didn't do it, you can't say that I did it. If I didn't do it, then I didn't do. Rule number 5, I'm gonna stop talking right now. That's exactly how that happened. You cannot convince me that's not exactly how we got those first 5. Yeah. I smoke a lot of weed. I've always smoked a lot of weed. It's kind of like when I was a teenager, I sort of made it my whole personality. And that was fine until it became legal. And suddenly that whole personality was ruined. Like everything. First time I went into like a legal weed shop, I felt like one of those punks or goths from the 80s. You know, the first time they saw Hot Topic, like, what the fuck is this? Like, you took my culture, you took my people and turned it into like, if a fucking Apple store listened to Sublime too many fucking days in a row or had a horrible trend. I want to start a weed store called the Good Old Days, because you guys don't know what it's like. You walk in and it's just a dark room with like a stinky couch and some fucking dude named Cody who wants to talk about Tool to you for like a half hour because you have to hang out so his mom doesn't wonder why you just came over for 5 minutes. I'm lying, his name wasn't Cody, that was me, that was my life. I want that back, goddammit. People used to have to come to my house and hang out. Oh man, you guys want to hear about the first time I ever smoked weed?
Yeah!
It changed my life forever. Nothing was ever the same after that. I remember it very clearly. Sophomore year of high school. It was a crisp autumn morning. It was a Tuesday, and my buddy Matt just got in his first car. And my parents and I were all both stoked about that because they didn't have to give me a ride to school. I didn't have to walk to school. Matt could just come pick me up on his way, and we'd go to school together. Plus, I knew we were gonna get high. I'd always wanted, like, I'd like smoked a little bit of weed, but I'd never like gotten fucking stoned, you know. So Tuesday morning, Matt pulls up in front of the house, honks the horn, pisses off my dad because he was like, I was sleeping in. I go outside, I get in this car, we get super fucking high, and we're driving to school, and that, you know, if you've ever like tried to do stuff the first time, you get like really high. By the time we got there, I was like, this is gonna be difficult. Yes, thank you. I'm almost done. And so, you know, we're getting out of the car, walking up the hill, the stairs in Santa Fe High from the parking lot, and you see our buddy Pete walking towards us. And he always had, you know, like that meme of the dude in the yellow suit behind the tree that's like, you know, doing this. He would do that whenever like he had like the juicy new gossip to tell us. You know, he's coming at us, like, and we're like, oh, let's see, we got this thing. Dude, did you hear? Somebody just flew an airplane into the World Trade Center. What the fuck is the World Trade Center? And yeah, that was 9/11. And So we go to like class and the teacher's fucking crying and they got the TV out, we're watching on the fucking news and then suddenly one of them just collapses. And I remember my buddy turning to me and being like, hey, they got everyone out of there, right? Well, anyway, nothing was ever the same after that. Give it up for TJ.
Nice uplifting story. Folks, we've got 3 more comics tonight. This next comic coming all the way from Albuquerque, New Mexico. One of my all-time favorites is Mr. Chuck Parker. Everybody.
How y'all doing tonight? Chuck Parker. I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page here, okay? So Pokemon is slavery, correct? 100%. I mean, we're capturing sentient creatures against their own will and making them fight each other for our amusement, correct? I don't know how that's not slavery. At the very least, it's dogfighting. We sent Michael Vick to prison for 2 years for dogfighting. Yet we turned a blind eye and let our children happily participate in this vile blood sport. Oh, and there's some pokey apologists in the audience tonight that are upset by what I just said. Because they've been inundated with images of happy Pokemon frolicking with their loving trainers, which is just propaganda from the Poke Industrial Complex. They don't show you what goes on inside those Pokeballs. They don't show you the fucking emaciated Squirtles and Bulbasaur huddled together, shivering in pools of their own feces. It's disgusting. The people that participated in it are disgusting. They should be locked up.
Anybody into Pokemon? Anybody who are?
You, sir, oh, and you're proud of it, too. Just sitting on the porch of your Poke plantation, sipping your mint juleps. You sicken me, sir.
That's just fun. I went to the grocery store the other day to get cat food and vodka. Because my cat's an alcoholic. I was screaming at my cat before I came here because I can't afford a therapist.
Some of you are concerned about the cat. You can scream at your cat. I would argue that there is no other creature more indifferent to human suffering than a fucking cat. Your cat would watch you die of a heart attack with cool indifference. They would watch the life drain from your eyes while blindly licking their asshole, wondering when you're going to feed them next. You can yell at your cat. I assure you, if anything, they enjoy the drama. Although that might be why she drinks so much. I hate the grocery store. I use the self-checkout counter, and I know that some of you people are bristling inside, because I know what the self-checkout counter does. I know that it kills jobs. I know that it undermines union. I know that it creates more unemployment, creating further stress on the fabric of society, making us more vulnerable for the inevitable rise of the machines. Yeah. I use the self-checkout counter every single fucking time, though. You know why? I have my priorities straight. So on the one hand, the follow-up man. On the other, eye contact and chit-chat. That's an easy choice. I'm not in the fucking mood for it, man. I just had a good enough fucking run. But sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can't use the self-checkout counter. Sometimes you gotta pick your cashier. When you do that, what I'm looking for the person that hates their fucking life. Person with a 1,000-yard stare that is dead inside. Because those motherfuckers grow fast. It's like, okay, let me go back to questioning my life decisions. Reading Cosmo. You know what I'm not looking for? The guy that's fucking happy to be there. The guy that's interested in your weekend plans and would really like to try that. And has a pithy little anecdote about whatever mundane detail happens to manifest in a 6-foot fucking square of fucking influence. Like say he's scanning your fucking half-gallon jug of rot gut vodka and it comes up as 1975 and he goes into one of these. Oh, 1975, that was a good year. 1975 was the year I graduated high school.
I remember taking old Tina car right down the lake and woo, that was a day to remember. I've never gotten any more than a rough tuggy behind the humps of freight diver as it comes from old Tina, but that time when I pulled her knickers off, what did I see but the biggest, hairiest beaver you ever saw in your life, son. Looked like a Forest Moon of Endor. Forest Moon of Endor is a Star Wars reference, which is a film that was popular at the time. Although the Wookiees, the Ewok song planet wasn't introduced until the 1983 film Return of the Jedi, which some say was just sort of a marketing slide by Lucas, what he used to say. 1983, I was introduced to anal play. Hey, where are you going? You left your stuff here, mister. Sorry, I'm leaving. I made a terrible mistake. You dropped your keys, boss. I'll walk. I need the exercise. Anyway, I'm Chuck Parker. Thank you very much.
Chuck Parker, everybody. Come to the stage next to lovely Isabel Natalie. Come on up, girl.
Oh, hello. So last week I talked about how I was gone for a while because I went to a comedy festival. And again, this was a comedy festival in the way that the Thunderbird Inn on Cerritos is a Ritz-Carlton. This was a comedy festival in the way that Euphoria is a deeply relatable show about everyday teens. I look back on my teen life and I'm like, oh, I wore jeans and a t-shirt to high school. I apparently should have been dressing like a literal prostitute. I missed the boat on that one. But I went to this comedy festival and I knew it might be bad. And there were some red flags, like the fact that it was in Utah. I knew it might be bad, so I knew I had to squeeze as much sightseeing as possible into this trip as humanly possible. Like, I basically treated this like a millennial trying to fit into their own skinny jeans, just squeezing all the sightseeing, just shoehorning it in, and because honestly, yeah, it was rough. But so I went to Canada Shea. That was beautiful. I went at sunset. It was like 20 degrees. There was no one there because no one else is that fucking stupid. I smoked a joint on an overlook. I was like looking at the ruins. I hoped it wasn't disrespectful. I didn't litter or anything. But I mean, like, to be honest, being really baked helped me appreciate the sunset more. Like I definitely appreciated it more. And then I went on a hike the very first morning I got to Utah, and it was beautiful. It was incredible. I got there before sunrise, and it was like icy and magical. And then I had to go back, and I had to do a set at 1 p.m. Again, if you have a set at 1 p.m., it's probably not going to be great. So I did my 1 p.m. set, and then I hurried back to try to do another hike. And it turned out the website was wrong. That classic millennial mistake. I just looked at the website. I didn't call anyone. I should have called the park. And the thing is, I'm not afraid of. I'm not like most millennials. Like a lot of people are like afraid of calling someone on the phone. I actually am fine with calling someone on the phone. I was just really fucking lazy. I just didn't call ahead. And so I get there and they're like, oh no, everything's closed. I was like, cool. So I went on the same hike I went on that same morning. I went on the same hike twice in one day. The first hike, again, was magical, beautiful. The second hike, a little bit different experience. This is a little bit, it's later in the day, so people, all the tourists have come out. And the very first thing I had to do, it was an hour from where I was staying, and I had to use the bathroom. Now, if you go to a national park, you're very familiar possibly with vault toilets. A vault toilet is basically a permanent porta potty. There's no running water, there's no insulation. It's just a porta potty that they build walls around, essentially. And I show up to the park, I'm really excited to go on this hike again. And the woman who walks out is locked, and I have to wait a little while. It's like 30 degrees outside, and the woman who walks out has her big puffy winter jacket. She's blonde. She looks like she's from Houston or like Huntington Beach or something. She looks like she has two misogynistic teenage sons named Liam and Braden. She did not make eye contact with me as she left the bathroom, and I soon found out why. Now, women, and there's no women here because it's a stand-up comedy show, but the three women who are here know that there's a few options when you're sorry, Lala. Do you also pee sitting down? This also applies to you. Anyone who pees, that's true. It's not just for women. Anyone who pees sitting down, you know this struggle. You have to decide. There's a few courses of action that you can take. You can either you can put the toilet paper down. You can just sit bare ass because you're like, well, I've survived the past 2 years. I'm not going to catch COVID through my butt cheeks. Or you can hover. Reconnect with your primordial roots and try to crouch so as not to touch the toilet seat. Needless to say, that's what this woman did. And I went in after her. She did not make eye contact with me. And I went in and I did the toilet paper thing because that's what I do. And as I did the toilet paper thing, it was very dark. There's no lights in the vault toilet. She had basically just pissed all over the seat. Just pissed all over the seat. And so I made full contact with her piss with all 4 fingers as I was patting the toilet paper down. And it made me, I would say irrationally angry, but I think it's pretty justified. And I went, what kind of disgusting bitch? And I hope that she heard me. It happened pretty quickly. And they know, and the hand sanitizer was freezing cold, it didn't evaporate. And it fully solidified because the whole like national parks experience is so awful. Because I have learned that as I'm driving through a national park, my anger, my road rage, I have a problem with road rage, is inversely proportional to the speed that I'm going. Like if I'm going 85 miles an hour on an LA freeway and someone cuts me off, I'm like, oh, you fucking asshole. And that's it. But if I am driving on the Santa Fe Plaza behind someone going 4 miles an hour, I am the most vulgar I've ever been in my entire life. I'm like, I hope you fucking suck on a cock, you cunt-sucking motherfucker, you cock-licking piece of shit. I hope you die on your own ass. It doesn't make any sense, but it has an anger. I've done it with my windows open. And they've definitely heard me. But, it is better to get pissed off than to get pissed on. I will say that. I've had some weird exes, and so just let your anger out. Just let it happen. There you go.
Let's remember, last comment tonight. You've been a great crowd. Give it up for yourself. Thank you so much for staying down with us. Especially you from the right there. You've been the greatest audience. It's time for Mr. Bill Johnson, everybody.
All right. My name is Phil Johnson. Nice to have you here.
Nice to have you.
Thank you. I've been getting older. I'm to the age where somebody told me it was the Super Bowl. I said, what kind of soup? I was driving here, I saw a sign that said St. Francis 1 mile. I thought, I think it's way longer than that. Then I saw another sign that said visitor information, so I went there and I was like, so who is it? Winter's not really my thing. I'm kind of a hunky dunky man, I have a great fall. I like the fall. I like going to the corn maze because it's a double entendre, right? Corn maze. I was in one time and I got a little spooked, got a little scared. I felt like I was being stalked.
Jesus.
No, it makes sense though, because I had gone there a few months earlier, and the whole area was pretty seedy. Boy, man, I get migraines. I have migraines in the morning. Does anybody have migraines in the morning? I mean, sometimes I have Lucky Charms, but mostly it's migraines. I was going to do another joke on that line, but then it would be cereal. For current events, I was reading up on current events, and the Department of the Navy released their report on the USS Connecticut, right? Is Will Wheeler here?
Yeah.
Yeah. You were a submarine man, right? So you keep up on these things. USS Connecticut, it's a nuclear submarine, submarine, and it crashed into an undersea mountain. And it was a big deal because it was in the South China Sea, and it's, we can't have that kind of thing happen. But they released the report on why it happened, and it turns out they were using their periscope, and they should have been using their kaleidoscope. The way they expressed that was through telescope. I have a big problem. Like, I'm no veterinarian. It's confusing, I know. But I'm not a veterinarian. I don't quite understand why people need their dogs fixed. I actually kind of have an issue with that. Like, so there's children in the hospital with leukemia. We can't fix that. We can't fix the funding that they can't get, right? We can't fix that, but we can fix how many puppies they play with. That seems counterproductive. Shouldn't we, turn that around? Like, and tensions were high in the Ukraine today as Russia amassed 150,000 puppies. Ukraine's like, yeah, come on over, that sounds great. I think not fixing would fix. Kind of like a criminal. Anyway, my name's Phil Johnson. You guys
Ladies and gentlemen, guys, everybody tonight, give it up for all your comments that came out tonight. As far as I know, they all came from good families. Obviously, they developed things about themselves during quite right. We are here every Wednesday nights at Shirley Line Brewery. Give it up for Shirley Line Brewery, for Giselle and for Tracy, our servers tonight. Thank you so much for being with us. We will be here next week, same time, same place. We have a show coming up at Wayward Brewery on March 12th. Isabel Manley, Evan Galpert, Nick Pelton, Tomas Gildo is hosting. I will get Esther Coker, Josh Fournier, and oh well, you'll figure it out. Until next week, everybody, thank you so much. Have a great night.